Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and some huge news in the South African rugby world. ELTON JANTJIES has officially been handed a 4-year ban following the testing positive of a banned substance, which is clenbuterol, and it has been confirmed by the South African Institute of Drug-Free Sports, and they've also confirmed that he will not be able to appeal it, so this ban will stand. So we're going to get into it a little bit because it's been a bit of a weird couple of weeks for ELTON JANTJIES, with sort of teased on Instagram suggesting that he's actually, set for a comeback, and now all of a sudden looks like his career is basically over. So before we sort of get into some of the details, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. But the ELTON JANTJIES has not played rugby since basically that. Well, he played a little bit in the French league, but has not had sort of a permanent contract since that controversy that saw him being left out of the Springboks squad about 2 years ago, when he obviously had that sort of the alleged affair with the South African or the Springbok dietitian Zina Simji. His Japanese club at the time had opted to then sort of tear up his contract basically, and he's then basically not been able to find a team yet. But in the last sort of few months, and ironically, actually, if we go back about 8 months ago, he's actually part of the Springbok squad last year when the Springboks were having that sort of issue with all those injuries, and they sort of recalled him as a potential option. But unfortunately, since then for him, he's just not been able to find a club. And the last few weeks, if you look at the social media, you keep talking about the comeback, the next chapter, like coming soon. And this would lead people to believe that maybe he's sort of looking to sign a contract, and that he's potentially changed to a side, and that he's having a hopefully, I hope he's a rugby fan, having a bit of a return, because whatever you might think about ELTON JANTJIES, on his day, he's a really fun player to watch. Lions fans are obviously very fond of him because of the great few years he had at the Lions. Sir Alton, as he was known, and he had some really good times in the Springboks as well. I think if he had scored, I think it's like 4 or 5 more points. He would have went in the top 5. I think it was like all-time point scores for the Springboks, and was just shy of 50 caps for the Springboks actually. So whatever you might think of him, he had a good career, a good rugby career. And as I said, on his day, he was a fantastic rugby player. But things have just kind of fallen off the radar for him over the last sort of 2 weeks. He kind of really went off the rails, was apparently in rehab. Not so much for drugs, for example, but for sort of other issues and stuff like that. Then he obviously got this ban last year. He denied it, demanded that his B sample was tested, and it was confirmed on the, as I said, the South African Drug-Free Sport Institute, that he has officially been handed a 4-year ban, which would mean that his A sample, or B sample rather, has come back positive as well. Now, unfortunately, there's very little information available. If you look at the entire website, so this is the South African Institute for Drug-Free Sport, and on the website, it just has a violation, and it says presence of a prohibited substance or its metabolites or makers in an athlete's sample. It lists clenbuterol. It says the outcome of the case is 4 years. It says the governing body is South African Rugby. It says that there was no hearing held as a 4-year sanction, and if you read the decision, for example, it's a 3-liner, which says as follows: a written decision was issued in terms of Article 8.3 of the SAIDS Anti-Doping Rules 2021, because the athlete does not exercise his or her right to have their case heard before an independent doping hearing panel. But what makes no sense is the fact that, first of all, he didn't have a hearing, or opted not to have a hearing, and then a spokesperson of the 33-year-old has told Rugby 365 that JANTJIES will appeal the case. He said Elton will prefer not to engage with the media. His legal team is working on the case/appeal. Yes, he is aware of the sanction. However, the chief CEO of SA Institute for Drug-Free Sport said that there is no chance of this, saying the following. He said the ban is 4 years. The window period for an appeal has lapsed, so the 4-year ban stands. So, not entirely sure what's going on and where ELTON JANTJIES and his legal team believe that they can still sort of create a case. But, it's just sad, isn't it, when you sort of get to this sort of situation, and what was a great career is going to end in such a poor way. And I think, what we're seeing here is someone who fell off the rails, and I think didn't have the right support system around him, didn't have the right environment, and he's gone on to make really bad decisions. You know, he's gone on to have, you know, that sort of, well, alleged affair, for example. You know, it's now, for example, you know, this whole sort of case and stuff like that. And again, similar to when I see the Similano, we don't know what, I want to see the Similano, sorry. Pierre Gianti, talking about sort of Lions players who are playing everywhere but the Lions. You know, we don't know what the situation was, but at the end of the day, it's a 2-year period where you can just see he's kind of just lost his way. And sad when it does happen, you know, and lots of people sit there saying, no, he's thrown it all away, and he has thrown it away, but that does not mean it's not sad, you know, because we need to sort of find out why something sometimes happens to athletes and how much, you know, it's them just going off the rails, how much is it just the pressures of elite sport, for example, leading people down the wrong things. So, yeah, somebody who grew up watching him at sort of, you know, 14, 15 years old, watching him win the Lions Currie Cups, you know, take the Lions to heights I never thought we'd go. This is the worst possible way I'd like to see, you know, somebody who was one of my favorite players bow out in their career, because he's 33 years old. So the ban started on the 23rd of June. By the time he comes back, he's going to be sort of 37, 38. So this probably marks the end of his rugby career, which is, again, is a very sad way to go. But let me know what you think about the entire the situation down in the comments below. Please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.